The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
One thing that we do here at PC is middle screen game. We actually have them sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. You just got to come up with different ways to get the timing and practice and go it in the steps. So we have them sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. They jump set, sing it, and then they throw the defender back, and then we go up the field. It gives them long enough to be able to develop the play and get out on time.
Today we have a chance to catch up with Devin Bice, offensive line coach at Presbyterian College, and talk about his journey. And it's a rare occasion we get to talk to coaches during the season, but we were able to get him during his bye week. And Presbyterian's doing very well right now, number 23 in the country. The offense is rolling, and obviously offensive line play is a big part of that. And we'll dig into all those things today with Coach Bice.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Coach Bice, great to have you here on the podcast.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. This is awesome.
So, Coach, you had a unique journey in that you look at your resume, you look at the highlights of where you've been. You are truly the guy who's worked his way up through the ranks, started at the high school level, GA, D3, D2, now D1. You know, that's not an easy thing to do, right? Making that journey, making those changes. For you, what fueled that for you?
For me, I mean, I played at the Citadel, and I've always wanted to be a college coach, but having those opportunities out of college wasn't available for me. So I went back to the high school where I played at down in Florida and then slowly worked my way up. I coached at Nice High School and then Creekside High School down in Jacksonville. And I got the opportunity to go to the AFCA convention and meet people and get the connection to be able to get me the job at NC State as a GA. So just always working and just trying to put my name out there and build those connections in the network for sure.
So the Citadel, you lived the cadet life then.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I'll do it again in a heartbeat for sure.
How do you think that shaped you? I guess your approach as a coach, you know, that's just not like going to any college. It's not necessarily the military academies where you're going to have to serve, but very much parallel to some of the things they do.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's about the same for sure. I mean, I had to do the drill work. I had the rifle. I had the rank. I had all that stuff. And I think what really molds me as a coach is that discipline and just knowing what to do and just have everything planned out. And being an O-line coach, you got to be able to do that. You got to have everything planned out, know what you're going to do, what's your next step, and be able to coach the 5 guys that you have on the field is huge. And the Citadel definitely impacted that and has helped me in that process.
What do you think are some of the key things or a key thing that helped you move up the ranks? It's not an easy thing to do. We know, especially being a GA, you know, then you step into a D3 role where you're wearing a million hats because you don't have the resources. Probably not much different at the D2, but you have scholarships and, you know, still small college level in FCS in the way that programs work. But what fueled that passion to be able to move through the ranks?
Just being where my feet are and just putting my head down and grinding and working, man. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And if you ask anybody I've worked with or any of the head coaches I've worked under, like that's one thing that they're going to say is Devin is a hard worker. He's where his feet are. He's very very passionate with his boys and just gets them ready to play at a high level. And by doing that, you build those relationships. And when those coaches you work with or under are talking to other people, your name's going to pop up. And that's what really happened with me, is just that networking and the connections, and just all the people that I've encountered just say positive things about me and put my name out there. So when something comes open and being able to move up, my name was thrown in there. And then the rest was up to me when I interviewed or stepped foot in front of those other people.
What would your players say it's like to be coached by you, to be part of that position group, be part of that room?
I would say they would say I have the juice and I'm passionate. I mean, I'm very. You'll see me at practicing games. I'm running around. I coach hard. I'm the type of guy that when I yell at my guys, they perk up and they understand that Coach Bice is upset. And I don't cuss and get in their face and all that stuff. I coach at a different level. And I would say that they would like how I coach and just how passionate I am and the juice. And just they would run through a brick wall for me because of that.
When we think about offensive line, kids growing up, remember having Joe Thomas on and saying, you don't go to the park and see kids kick sliding, right? Like,
No.
that's not what they want to do, right?
Right.
You want to touch the ball. And I mean, certainly that is a big part of everybody in their football journey growing up. But essentially then, body types do decide where you go. Sometimes the mentality too. You get those little guys who like to hit and be a part of it, but making it fun for those guys. It is not the natural athletic thing to do. When you see the moves, I mean, they are technique heavy. You want to be good at offensive line. It's not just blind rage and power and weight room and all of that. Those things are important, but it is a very technical position. How do you make that fun?
Like you said, growing up, you're not out there kick sliding or hitting pads. I mean, you're throwing the ball with your dad and stuff like that. So for me, knowing that, and I'm a prime example. I was a tight end growing up and 2 years of college at the Citadel. So when I transitioned to O-line because of the scheme that we had with the triple option and them knowing, hey, we don't use tight ends as much. Let's put you at a tackle and you're athletic enough to be able to do that. Just making it fun for them. My coach made it fun for me and just teaching me and breaking it down for me. That's the biggest thing. Like, you can't just go out there and tell these guys, hey, you got to go out there and block that guy. Like, that's not how it works. You got to teach them and be able to teach each kid because each person's different in how they learn. So you got to show them on the film. You got to have them draw it up. You got to go out there and demonstrate. And I feel very good about the way I coach and teach because I'm still young enough and able enough. I can get down and get in a stance and show them how it looks and be able to strike the pad and block and be able to show them, because if you don't teach them a certain way or all the ways that they learn, they're not going to be able to learn it and not going to be able to produce on Saturday. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then I give them recognition. I mean, here at PC, we give them a lot of rewards and do different things according to the game, and just showing their production and being able to recognize them in front of the team and in front of the country with that play as well. So just recognition and being able to break it down for them.
Being a guy who, came through the Citadel, which is like an academy and that is an option offense, what are the similarities or differences to, what you're teaching now compared to what the system you played in?
Oh, man. Yeah. So the triple option and then what we do now, it's different, but I think the mentality is the same. Like we're all about the run here. I mean, we want to run the ball first and go off of that. So we try to set the tone. So a lot of stuff that's similar is just making sure that we move the ball and move the line of scrimmage and just get our guys be able to block up front. But other than that, I mean, we probably threw the ball twice a game at the Citadel when I was playing in the triple option. So here we're true RPO. We're 50-50 run pass. Every run that we have has a pass option and all that stuff. But also I would say the creativity. Our offensive coordinator, Jason Martin, does a great job of doing different screens and doing different things in the passing game and all that. So it's just the creativity of the offense is similar in that aspect, but it's definitely different. But the mindset of my O-line is definitely the same as when I play. Like we got to run the ball first. And if we can't run the ball, we can't be successful in the game.
Yeah, I would love to dig into some ideas behind the screen game a little bit because
Absolutely.
Being here in Cleveland, Ohio, and a Browns fan, I've watched some different O-line coaches come through with the same guys and seeing screens run really well and being very well timed up to we can't run screens anymore to back to a guy from the same tree and, now we can run screens again.
Right.
And it tells you about how intricate of a play it is to coach, that there are a lot of details to it. So for you, what are the keys offensive line-wise to a successful screen game?
For them, just knowing like there's different people that are going to be in the area, right? So when we teach screens, like perfect example, middle screen, we tell them, hey, you got the Mike linebacker, you got the +1, you got the -1. But I never tell them, hey, you got the Sam linebacker, because at the end of the day, it could be the safety that comes down and replaces the linebacker, right? So just teaching them, hey, you got this specific area and just making sure that you take a good path, right? You don't want to go right at him. You're going to go at the path that he's going to come towards the playmaker that's trying to get the ball, right? So it's all all about detail and just how you word things and just repetition. Like we did this past week, since it's bye week, we've been repping the screen game and every screens we have and just get them back into the movements and all that stuff. But it's all about how you teach it and making it not specific, not you're going to get a specific person, but you're going to this area and whoever's there first, you pick it up and make sure you take a good path.
Yeah, and that in some ways, it's always been to me a difficult play to practice, and I've explored all kinds of different ways. And I think we finally would go to a screen period because a lot of times, you know this, you get young players out there playing your scout team.
Oh, yeah.
And either they've seen it enough that they just do it, or they're kind of not selling out like they should be.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have a bad look for it, and that'll mess it up quick. So not a ton of screens and team and stuff like that for me, just because we didn't feel we could get the timing. But how do you feel are the best ways to practice it?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about steps. I mean, you got to go out there without anybody on defense and just, like I said, just talk about the area that you're going to and then break it down even more. Like the coaches, like we do a good job. We go out there, we set up as the defense, and then we'll get the scout team out there, and then we'll run in against our team. And our guys, our defense gets tired of it, but we got to definitely work it and stuff like that. So we hit it 3-4 different ways and just hit it in steps and just make sure that we get everything down. And you'll watch our games. I mean, we have a lot of intricate screens when it's either the perimeter or middle screen or tight end screen or running back screen. So you definitely got to practice it, but you also got to break it down and do it in the steps and make sure that these guys up front and where we're going know what they're doing.
What do you feel are the keys to the timing of it? Right? It really, there is that sweet spot of don't leave too early, but don't leave too late. Too early, those guys trace you back, right?
Oh, yeah. So it's funny that you bring that up. So one thing that we do here at PC is our middle screen game. We actually have them sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. And if you sing that, and once you leave on Mary Had a Little Lamb, then it's long enough for you to be able to get out. So that's funny you bring that up. But you just got to come up with different ways to get the timing and practice and go it in the steps, like I said. So we have them sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. They jump set, sing it, and then they throw the defender back, and then we go up the field. So it gives them long enough to be able to develop the play and get out on time.
I got to ask you, do you ever hear the guys singing it? Or is
yes.
it?
we in camp, we have them stand up. We have the freshmen stand up and sing it for sure. So you hear them in practice sing it all the time. And it's cool because one, like I said, it's having fun, but it's something that they've learned and they're taking it to the field and understanding, hey, like if I want to get the timing right, I have to do this no matter how it looks or how stupid it is. Like it's going to help me be a better player and take it into a game.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
So you mentioned you do different types of screens. Now, with that, how much of that varies for the offensive line versus the ball's just getting to a different person at the same catch point?
Yeah, so with us, we make it as simple as possible. So we have different screens for different receivers, but for my guys, it's all the same route, right? So we might have a screen where the first open offensive lineman to that side will release and go flat and pick up the first defender. So it could be the first receiver, second receiver, third receiver, just whoever it is, we call it, but they know that they're going flat and they're getting the defender and then the middle screen, and then we have different running back and tight end screens. But everything's essentially the same for us. It's just they know that it's a different person getting the ball. And the landmark might be different. But for us, we try to make it as simple as possible. That goes into the run game and the pass game. The O-line, you got to make it as simple as possible because they got so much stuff to do and remember. So just making it as simple as possible for them is huge.
And I know you don't coach the guy, but the running back, when you run a running back screen out of the backfield, have you found any really good coaching points for that? I know we settled on one that we really liked and worked for us, but you know, same thing. If that guy's not coached up well, he's drifting too far out, he's catching it too far in. Like there's that right spot and timing for that as well. What are the coaching points you found for him?
Yeah, so for us, we've been back and forth with that. But so for our running back screen, we have him go block and help the tackle with the defensive end and then release out. And there's been a couple times where he's like, well, why can't I go inside of him? Why can't I go help the guard and all this stuff? And it's like, well, that goes against us as an offensive line and you getting the path that you need. So we've come to a realization like, hey, you got to go help the tackle. You got to make sure it looks like you're going to block and help us, because that's what you do in the pass game. When it's 60 pro, you're going to help the tackle or whoever needs help. And so make it realistic as possible to suck those linebackers in and then release. And then that still times up with us. And then we can still get out because we get the tackle and the guard out on specific screens as well.
Do you guys have a help system that you can, designate whoever, somebody to chip, help before they release, et cetera?
Yeah, just depending on what the play is, like he'll definitely go help and chip, and it's also like depending on the play too. We have a screen where 3 linemen get out, and the first lineman's supposed to go kick, and the second one's supposed to go in the alley, but the first guy might get blocked or might get tangled up and he can't get out first. So now we know, hey, the first guy that's out is going to kick. So now it might be the tackle going into the alley, just depending on how you release and all that stuff. But we build things off of just who gets out, where we're chipping, just depending on the screen game and what's going on there.
Yeah, I want to get back into some of that help. I mentioned we had a way of doing it, so I think it's worth mentioning. The thing we found was most useful because we would get the catch, and we want those guys to turn, but they're catching them, momentum takes them out, and now they end up outside the blocker. Well, we ended up coaching, and I believe it was our running backs and offensive line coach came up with it together, but we told him to complete the circle. So, he's going to chip, turn to catch the ball, usually to the outside, catch it. We tell him to just complete the circle, and that ended up keeping them nice and tight to the lineman. So that was something we found useful.
Yeah, and that'll help you get some separation too between them.
Really did, right. Instead of catching it, kind of drifting right into his back and being blind to where the ball is. It gets them turned upfield actually quicker.
Absolutely.
Going back to the help systems, and, I remember I had the opportunity to sit down. It was recruiting Deuce Gruden, John Gruden's son. It was in Tampa, and we sat down in he's got a new one, been to the new one too, but his old Fire Football Coaches Association office, and he's like, let's look at this nudge protection from the Saints. And I think it was, their little running back at the time, Darren Sproles. And, he was just showing all this protection they had where he would just, be a line kind of in a slot on the outside, slam into that defensive end, and then the lineman would come and hit him in the ribs. It was good. We had to use it a number of times and kind of built it in. Do you build it into your protection where you can designate help like that when you see that kind of a rusher?
Yeah, so when we game plan, because right now what we do is, and we feel really good with our offensive line that we can protect, and we just allow the running back to scan and pick up either side of the linebacker. But if we go into a game that we feel like, hey, the tackle might struggle or the guard might struggle, we'll designate where he's going to go, or we might even bring the tight end. We do a lot of 12 personnel tight end sets, and so we might have the tight end stay in, or we might go into slide protection. But yeah, we'll designate just depending on the game plan and who we're playing. But for us, we try to get the running back out as quick as possible. So we might call 60s, but if we can take care of it or his linebacker doesn't come, then he's getting out so he could be the check down and try to throw it to him if there's nothing down the field.
Great stuff, Coach. To wrap up here and to let you get back into all the work that goes along with a bye week.
Yes, sir.
What advice do you have for coaches out there, especially maybe that guy sitting at that high school position, just getting into it, saying, I want to get to the D1 level? What advice can you give them?
What I would say is, man, what I did, just be where your feet are and just put as much time and effort and just work as hard as you can where you're at. And then the next step is just build connections and network. Just meet as many people as you can. Go to the AFCA convention and really do a good job of just meeting new people. And what I would say too, when you make those connections, don't just hit people up and just ask them, hey, do you have a job open? Like, build real connections, talk to them whenever you can, ask them how they're doing, and the jobs will come, right? Because at the end of the day, if they remember you or you done a good job, and like I said before, like all my head coaches, they would say that I did a good job and worked hard where my feet were, that they're going to put your name out there and find you a job, right? So don't look for the next thing. Just be where your feet are, do the best you can where you're at, and the rest will fall into place.
Coach, well, good luck the rest of the way to you and the Blue Hose here. Number 23 going into this week. I know you guys have some higher aspirations than that, so good luck with everything, and let's connect here after the season.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. I appreciate you. Go Blue Hose.
If you're ready to stop guessing and start adjusting in real time, it's time to take a serious look at modern football technology. I've joined as an advisor because I believe in what they're doing, and top programs across the country do too. Visit modernfootballtechnology.com to schedule a demo. Real-time tendencies, real-time results. It's not just the future, it's happening right now. The link is in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Remember to follow all we do at coachandcoordinator.com and follow us on X at Coach K. Grabowski.